files. In the files menu, you can choose the workspace. Again, workspace can be chosen from here also. From here also workspace you can choose. You can choose it from here also, from menu itself. You can create new project. Then you can create PLS model, regression model, process model. Again, these are there in the toolbar also. Your new project, PLSM, regression, process. So these are the various models that you can generate. So that is there in the menu bar, menu also. And you can import. Then you can import the data file, and then you can export it also. You can archive the data, etc. from here. So these are there in the menu bar. So of course, these things are also available from here. Now you see, when you open the software itself provides various sample projects for doing for practice, right? And we will be using one of the files which is there. So the moment you have the software, you have these sample projects also installed here. And additionally, I have also put it in my folder, that corporate reputation model in CSV file. So that is also there. I will show you how to use that to import the data, the same data that we are going to see here. So what we have to do first, we have to click on install. So there are various samples are there. Corporate reputation model, then advanced PLSM. This both of them are books, right? So by Professor Ringel, that's these two books are there. And then you have advanced analysis. Then this is the sample for European Customer Satisfaction Index model, TAM model, that is Technology Acceptance Model, UTOUT model, Unified Theory of Acceptance model. So these are most used models which are modified and used by many researchers and practitioners in their research also. So this is important, this one. And you have certain samples for regression models and for process models also. And then you have necessary condition analysis again, which is also available for installation and practice. So we will try to see how to go about it, right? With open-ended option. So let's see. So let us first install the book. Along with the book, it will also install the various models and the data file, etc. So from that you can use it. So click on install. You click on install. It will install various files in the model. You see, you have got simple model, you have got extended model, you have redundancy analysis, various options are given, various PLSM models are given. So whichever we want, we can use. If you double click it, that model will be opening and we can work on that. Or else we can create the model ourselves. And you have this two types of data sets available. One is complete data set.
Sir, 1 minute.
Yeah.
Sorry to disturb you. In my model, it is showing you have not selected a workspace yet. What do you mean?
Yeah. So, yeah. So before that, yeah, we have to start with. But then you will be having a sample projects. No. Acha, okay, fine. You have now. Okay. So first thing, what you have to do, you have to create a workspace where you are going to install the work. So if it is you are doing it for the first time, you have to use. You go to Smart PLS menu, and then from the workspace. From workspace, because I am already having say folder where work, so it is there already. Otherwise, he'll be choose the workspace option will be there. This you can get it from If you click on switch, right? And these are the various folders already I'm having. But apart from that, at the bottom, you can say, select or create another workspace. In the yellow strip, it is written. Are you able to see?
But in my case, it is not coming. Select or create another workspace.
No, you may be having choose a new workspace.
Okay.
Choose workspace is there.
Yeah, choose workspace.
So you click on that and I will click here, create another workspace. So if you have clicked on that choose workspace, now the new dialog box will open where you will have to create a workspace. So you can create it wherever you want, whichever drive you like. For example, let me create it in D drive. Open the D drive, create a new folder. This is where you have to work and save the files. So you give the name to the new folder. Let me give it as FDP Sanjeevani. Right? FDP Sanjeevani I have given. You can give whatever name you want. So, or you can give my first project or whatever suits you, you give it. But so that
Yes, sir. Done.
Yeah. So once you have done that, then you click on select the folder. Select the folder. Right? The moment you select the folder, on the left panel, under the workspace, you will get the folder that you have created. Right? D FDP Sanjeevani. Are you able to see that?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Now, once you have done that, if you click on this, now you see there is an option of switching to some other workspace also. Once you have done that, you have to create a project. Click on new project. The toolbar, you have got new project, right? Or from Smart PLS menu itself, new project, it's not there. Find the file also create new project. From the files drop down, you can see new projects. You can click there, or preferably from this toolbar also, you can, this folder symbol is there. You click on that, it will create a new project. So you can give a name to this project. Let's say I give the name corporate reputation project. Okay, done? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Then click on create. So if you see, a new folder has appeared below the this one workspace, which is named as corporate reputation project, right? Now, you have to import the data file. Let's do one is to import the data file, or here now you can install here corporate reputation. So that is the two options. So let me import the data file. Let me import show the data file. You have already seen if you install it, you will install in the
8494 wala.
Okay, let me click on install. And do you have are you able to see the sample projects?
1 second, sir.
Yeah. On the right side panel, Below choose the workspace, sample projects. Hello. Are you there?
Yeah, sir.
Are you able to see that?
Yeah.
Very good. So you can click on install, it will install all this. So, but then let me show you how to.
But if the
import
data file will not be there, then it is.
No, it's there. If you install it, if you click on install, then install everything. And here you see the disk type of things are there. A stack of disks. Complete data. So this is the data file. There are two files. One is, these are the files. This is the database, the data file, which is complete data 344. Another is reduced data 99. Are you able to see these two? 344 and 99. Have you got the corporation reduced reputation primer example installed? Hello.
Sir.
Huh?
We can see this file in our software also.
No, have you been able to install it?
Yeah.
Very good. So from here itself we can do that, or else we can import a data file also. So this is one way of installing, but then in the most of the cases you will have to import the data from your drive or from outside. So I will show you that also. For that, if you click the drop down here, it will collapse and become one, right? So this is one option you have got. This is the on for working. Now you click on import data file below the corporate reputation project, right? Or there is another option. You can create a model and then import the data into the model. There are two options. So let me show you the better option. Click the import data file. Click on that. Before that, you have to save the file from my drive project, that is corporate reputation model CSV file, in your same folder you put it, that you have created, that is FDP Sanjeevni. In the same
Yeah. What is the name of the file, sir?
Same corporate reputation.
Okay.
Just a moment. Let me also do that for the benefit of the others. Show you. Stop share. Then yeah, here it is. I will show you. Share it in the drive folder. Are you able to see this corporate reputation at the
Yes.
corner?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you download it. You click on your triple dot is there. You click on that. It will give you an option of downloading. If you go down, download option is there. So click on that. It will ask you where to save it. You give the option. Select the option. I have stored it in let us say D drive. That is the D drive. Yeah, D
FDP
drive.
Sanjeevani.
D drive FDP Sanjeevani. EF FDP Sanjeevani. Open it. and then you can save it. Okay. You see other things already there. Project we have created, or you can save it here itself, or you can save it outside also. Not a problem. Click on save. Okay. Now this CSV file has been saved. Now earlier in the Smart PLS 3 version, you could only import data in the CSV file format. But now you can import data either in CSV form or Excel form or SPSS form. In any of the formats, you can import the data, provided it is there on your drive, or you can import it from the cloud also. That's also possible. So these are the various options. So let me go back to the software and show you what to do next. Stop the share. Share again. And go back to the software. You're able to see the screen?
Yes,
Somebody?
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now you click on import data. Now, one thing before I do that, let me tell you something. Before importing the data into the Smart PLS, couple of things which you need to do with any file or any software, especially for SPSS, AMBOS, etc., is to clean the
CSV.
data. Clean the data, isn't it? That means you have to check it for typos. For example, instead of typing 4 in the scale of 1 to 5, somebody has put it as 4. And you have written as 5, you have the it is typed as 44. Isn't it? Or it is typed as another one instead of 5 is typed as 55. Right? So those kind of errors you will have to check and find out. How you will do? You can go to the Excel and create a column and create a column for maximum and minimum. Sort it in descending order. Find out the maximum value where it occurs. Check it out whether it is between 1 to 5. If it is more than 5, check that respondent what he has given and then clear it. That is one thing you have to do. Second thing what you have to do, you have to look for straight lining. Straight lining problem occurs when, as Viral Bhatt sir had yesterday indicated, that one may put it as 111, 222, 444, etc. That means unengaged respondents. It may happen, right? So in that case, what will happen if you put 111 or 4222 or 444, etc.? What will happen if you are giving the same response? What will be the standard deviation? What will be the standard deviation of such a data set? It will be 0. There is no difference, isn't it? So in such a case, when you find certain zeros in this one in your standard, so that means you have to create a new column in the Excel file, name it as standard deviation, and to calculate a standard deviation there, and double click it so that all the row columns are fulfilled, and then sort it in ascending order, so that zeros will come at the first. And you try identify the respondents who are having zeros as standard deviation or very small. Let us say it is having 0.1, 0.2, etc. That also shows that even though all the values may not be the same, perhaps most of them, except for 1 or 2 values, all the values are same. So as a thumb rule, anything below 3, you can safely, you can say that it is all straight lining biases there. You can delete those respondents from your this one. As second thing you can do. The third thing you can do, of course, it may not apply, but it never hurts to have a good practice to take the data before you bring it here to the SPSS, and then you do the explore procedure, check for your normality, right? And even though it's not needed, but it is good that you have a better data in your data set rather than having bad data. So There itself you check for the normality, check for the histogram, check for the PP plot, QQ plots, and the skewness values, etc. And see whether there are certain outliers which can be removed. So those things you can treat it beforehand, right? So this is data flow, say for any software analysis. So that is required. The data preparation and data cleaning are the first steps that you do before you start with the analysis process or before you bring it to the software, any software for that, right? Be it SPSS or be it Amos or Adanco or whichever software you are trying to do. First, you clean it up, right? Explore the data. Have a look at the say various charts and graphs. Have a look at the histograms, right? At least minimum histogram you will. Then you can also look the PP plots and QQ plots, detrended PP plots, etc. So that way you can have a look. So assuming that you have all done everything and you are now ready for import. Also, most importantly, missing data, right? Missing data. So the even IMS does not want to have missing data. You have an option of estimate the means for the missing data. That option is there in IMS also. Here also they can do that. In any calculation, you will have an option of replace the missing data with a mean, or there are other options are also there. But why to take a chance? It's always better to do it before we import it into the software, right? So that means if you have missing data, it is always better to name it as some extreme values, like if you have a Likert scale of 1 to 5, you can, or the categorical variable between 1 to 5, say for 4 or 5 categories, whatever. You give some missing data, you name it as -99, so that you will never confuse. The software will never confuse with the missing data. So
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I collect the data last year for my research project.
Yes.
So on Likert scale 1 to 5, the respondent were either they were selecting 1 or 5, but they hardly select 4 or 2 options.
So these are the questions of the two things. One is either they are straight lining, or you have to look in the questionnaire design. Perhaps the questions are such that they are not able to understand what is the 4 or 3 or 2 that.
No, I said ask them. Sorry to disturb you. Ask them whether they feel stress while taking the microfinance loan. So most of the respondents were saying strongly agree or strongly disagree, but they were not
good,
agree.
Excellent. Then that means you will have to look again into your questionnaire design.
Okay.
Right? So these are the things which you do in the pilot study, na? When you do the pilot study, these things will come up. So, so when you find out that in the pilot study you are not getting any answers between 2 and 3, then you see why it is not so. So change the questionnaire, see some other literature, what they have done in that, what type of questionnaire they have asked, and then make certain modifications, run a pilot study again, see whether there is an improvement or not, right? So
because I collected it from from slum areas for microfinance loan.
That means the person who has gone there and collected it have not been able to say explain it to the people there well, or they may have.
Sir, I personally collected.
So in that case, perhaps there is a language problem, or they did not understand, and they were bored simply.
They said 1 second. They said हमें बहुत टेंशन आता है या एक तो कह रहे थे बिल्कुल ही नहीं आता. We are used to it. Either they मतलब two extremity they were giving me the answer on two extreme.
So in that case, you have an option of making it as a binomial type of
binomial. Yes,
1 or 0.
Yeah.
0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1 type of question you can make. There are options, sir. Part of questionnaire design. So when you talk about data collection tool, then you will find out whether you are going to do. Then if questionnaire is, if it is like that, the questionnaire tool is not correct. Go in for say either observation or go in for an interview, unstructured interview or observation. So many qualitative methods are there for collecting data. So if it is not running there, that's not the end of the world. You have to see, go to the qualitative research area. And from there you collect find out the proper tool for collecting the data. And then you collect, right?
Yeah, sir, because I got the answer 50% were strongly agree and 50% were strongly
So that
disagree.
obviously that will not work.
Huh.
Questionnaire will not work there.
Yeah.
You have to use some other method. You have to go in for qualitative research.
Yes, sir.
At least for that, for this one. Go in for observation. Go in for, let us say, there are various options in qualitative research data collection. We can use many of them, any of those, and then collect the data. And then you change your research design from quantitative to mixed research design. You do a qualitative research first, and then from there you go to quantitative research. So it's part of your research designs. That's why I said you have to address the research methodology correctly before you collect the questionnaire, right? So yeah, so those things are all there. It's never always quantitative or always qualitative. It's all there can be, most of the projects are mixed method only, even though they don't call it, but most of them are mixed method. Especially when you have to collect the data in this kind of a situation, it's more qualitative oriented than quantitative. Is that clear?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, so once you have done that, you can click on import data file, and then you go to the folder where you have saved the file, from where you have to import. Let's say I have stored it here in D drive in FDP. No, not there, not this one. I have to go there in your D drives, FDP Sanjeevani. No, that is where I have FDP Sanjeevani. Yeah, here it is. Corporate reputation data file. Are you able to see, everybody? Or anybody?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Click on open.
Yes,
So
sir. Same, I got it.
now I have to show the screen again. Are you able to see? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, with the CSV import data dialog box. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is where you have to check whether everything is okay or not. Now, for example, what it says, target location, project is your corporate reputation model. Anyway, a corporate reputation project, file name which you are importing is corporate reputation data. What type of file it is? A CSV file. Delimiter is semicolon. Escape character is none. Example, etc., etc. is given. And these are the various indicator variables, right? They are the indicator variables which you have imported from the CSV file. Most important is this one. This is the data type, that measurement scale that you have used for each of this one. So this you will have to check and say. For example, the service provider is not metric. It is in categorical scale and categorical. And then service type is binary, right? 0, 1. So you make it as 0, 1 binary. It's given as binary. That's okay, fine. And these are all metric scale, or if you see, again, there is a controversy. I'm not going to get into that. Whether Likert scale is a scalar quantity or whether it's an ordinal quantity. I mean, that will never be resolved. So I'm not getting into that. So I'm assuming it to be metric for the time being. Or if you like, you can, if you are very particular about it, you can put it as ordinal. But as the data, as the sample size increases, and you have a 7-point scale and all. So in that case, you can always say that, okay, we can consider it to be a metric. Again, you have literature on that to find out, and then you can justify that to be a scalar. Anyway, so I'm taking it as default, whatever is given, metric, 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 and then metric, etc. Down. and switch for, I think this is categorical. Anyway, I'll check it later on. And then next is here, check for the minimum and maximum, because here the software will only give you what is recorded. For example, if the scale is from 1 to 7, or for example, in your case, it was from, say, let us say 1 to 5, and or 5, and everybody has given 1 and 5, nobody has given 2, 3, 4, then minimum will be given as 1 and maximum will be given as, so let us say the minimum that they have given in some case, let's say minimum value they have given as 2, and maximum they have given as 4. Then only 2 and 4 will apply, will appear. That is the empirical value. It is not give you the theoretical value, but what you want here is the theoretical value that you are using in your research project. So you check whether the theoretical values are there, only the empirical values are. So one by one you can check. If you go there, you see minus 99 is given, right? So that means that it shows the missing data. So they are already given the missing data. Fine, very good. If you go down, yeah, here it is. ATRR global. For this variable, the minimum is 2. That means nobody has marked 1. So we'll have to change it to 1. For this is the empirical value, you have to change this to the theoretical value. So make it as delete, click on 1, it becomes 1 to 7, go down. Here again, it is 3. Nobody has given 1 and 2. It's again a 7-point scale, so you change it to 1. And also side by side, you check for the maximum also, whether all are 7 or not. Go down again, there is the same problem. 2 is given. Make it as 1. And the rest is 5-point scale. Switch. If it is a 5-point scale, I don't remember, but then observed this. You see, if you put the cursor there, it will show the observed maximum is 4. Doesn't say the maximum is 4. You see, observed maximum is 4. That means the empirical value. Assuming that for say in congruence with the other values, it would be 5. It should be on 5. So make it 5, right? And once you have done that, you have to intimate the software. What if there are missing values, and if there are missing values, you give the missing values. So minus 99 indicates your missing value, right? You put it there, click on apply the marker, see the color will change to green, showing that okay, the software has taken your note that 11 values out of 344 have been marked as missing, right? Once you have done that, you can click on O. So data has been imported. So once you have imported the data, this will give you, it will give you the snapshot of the imported data. From here itself, you can see, check for the maximum, minimum also, mean, missing value, mean, then observed value, right? Standard deviation, observed maximum, right?
In my case, it is not coming. Something is missing.
You have to, for example, you have to go, for example, if you want to make some certain changes, then you can click on setup, you go back to the same dialog box, click on setup. Yeah. This screen you were getting, you made the changes in this screen. Did you? Could you make the change? Could you import the data?
Yeah, I could import the data. I could make the changes, but in maximum for how many rows I have to, I think I made there.
So if you have made a mistake, you can always go to setup. This dialog box will appear. Make the changes again. I will make the changes.
So where is the setup?
I will show you. Just a moment. Let me. Here, setup is there.
Huh.
If you click that, this dialog box will appear.
Okay. So in maximum value should be 7.
Yeah, maximum value should be 7, minimum should be 1, isn't it? It's a
Okay,
Likert
then
scale
I make
from
the
1 to
changes.
7. Likert scale of 1 to 7. See that your and then of course the first one is not metric, it is categorical. And then yeah, so you check for the other values, and then this is 3 performance global. This again should be 1 to 7. 1.
So first 2 row it is 1 4, no?
Huh?
First 2 row it is how much? 1 to 4.
Service provider is a categorical variable which have 4 service providers.
Huh. And 2. And rest is 1 to 7.
It is not on a Likert scale. That's why it's categorical, you see.
Categorical. And binary is 1 to 2. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So 1 and 2. Minimum is 1, maximum is 2. That's how they have say recorded it. That's fine. So you can go down.
Sir, what about the 99% where it is written?
I will come to that. We'll come to that. Again, here you have got 2, make it 1. And then we go down. Yeah. So once you have done that, now you come to this point, minus 99. That is what you have indicated in your file as a missing value. You should do it in the Excel itself. If not, if you import it into SPS and there you define it under the missing value definition, you make it as discrete minus 99, and then it will be imported as 99 and apply the marker. Then it will take it as as the missing value. And now you see this has turned to green, which means that yes, it has detected the missing values, and it also reports 11 missing values. And then once you have switch 4 also should be 1 to 5. Maximum value should be 5. I'm making this 4. Let's say observed value, make it 5. And then once you are satisfied with all the entries, you see here, either you will have create if it is doing for the first time. Otherwise, if you are making certain changes, your update will appear. So click on update. Okay. Now, are you able to get this screen?
Yes, sir.
Great. Excellent. Once you have done that, now it says that 41 indicators with 344 cases, 11 missing values. And apart from that, it also gives you the correlations. Right? So you can see the correlations between the various variables, right? So that also you can get. And if you want to see the raw data, you click here, you get the raw data. And you can create groups also here. When you do multi-group analysis, you will have to create group from here. You can click here, generate groups, and then create the groups for example, for service provider. If you want to create 4 groups are there, then you click here. Then generate group, if you click here, then it will give the options of generating group for which variable. Let's say for service provider, you want to create this group, and then you can make the changes for the name of the group. It is service provider, so you can give some name as SP, right?
1.
SP service provider, and you can click on apply. Moment you apply, a new screen will give you the 4 categories are there. First category is having 130 respondents, second category is having 127, third is having 44, and fourth is having 44. If you want, you can change the name here itself. If you click on edit and make the changes. I'm not doing that. I'm keeping it as a default value, and then I'll go back. Right. So the moment you do that, if you double click, if you want to see the data file again, then you can double click it and see. Now you see this data group is highlighted. Earlier it was not highlighted, right? It was gray. Now you can see the data groups again. If you click there, the data groups are there. Okay, that clear? Go back. Now, once you have imported the data, then we have to decide which model we are going to work on. Whether we are going to work on PLSM or regression or process. The process you will remember is process macro in SPSS for mediation, moderation, etc. Right? About 70 templates were there, out of which 4 were usually used. Right? For template 4 was used for mediation, template 8 for moderation. Right? So those things are now here. The similar process macro is used here also. They have made provision for dealing with process macro also. And regression, the ones you have dealt with in SPSS, here also you can do that. We have got a regression menu also. But now we are going to use PLSM procedure, right? Or model. We click here, and we can also click here, right? Create model, either way. So then give the name of the model, preferably the same name. Instead of project, you put it as model for rate.
Sir,
Reputation.
now it is 5:30. Can we continue tomorrow 2:45? We will come
Yes,
only 15 minutes.
Yes, sure. I will save it and then we will continue tomorrow. Don't worry. In 5 minutes.
It is 5:30 now.
It's 5:35. I'll wind up in 5 minutes. Okay. 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, I'll
All
wind
the
up.
participants, can we continue tomorrow 15 minutes early?
Yeah, we'll
2:45
continue
we
tomorrow.
can start
Just
PLS.
let me
Sir,
save this.
sir, we are,
Hello,
see,
am
we
I
have
audible?
already taken the break. We will continue. Just pace में आ गया तो
5
हो
minutes.
जाता है.
Nothing, not
हाँ.
more than that. Click on
Okay,
save.
no worry. Tomorrow I would request all the participants to come at 2:45 so that we can enjoy in deep.
No, doesn't matter. You can come at whatever time you want.
2:45 to 5:30.
So, but this is how you create the model. So once you have created the model, if you go back, you can see the workspace is created, the project is created, the model is created. It says PLS, means PLS model, and the data has been imported. I am done with. Right? So let me close this. Once you close it, it will be saved. When you open the software, this photo will be opening and you can work with it. Let me stop the share. That clear? Hopefully, those who have not done, they can use the whole day or whole evening and time till tomorrow to install the software. I have already given the this one.
Tomorrow morning we will again load the data in the software, and then from fresh data tomorrow evening 2:45 sharp we will start training them on PLS.
Okay, fine. Great.
Tomorrow's project is only to cover PLS. Have one model with mediation and moderation.
This is the model. This is the corporate reputation model which I will be dealing for all.
With mediation and moderation, that's it. Not big deal. One
doesn't
SEM,
matter. Just let us
moderation.
see tomorrow. Let us cross the bridge when it comes. So tomorrow we shall do it. Okay.
So everybody tomorrow invited to join the session again 2:50.